I thought would be good to get us started for this evening is to talk a little bit about the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show that's coming up. A lot of you are probably hearing things about it. If you are, in the crystal community, you probably know about the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show. It's debated whether it's the largest or the second largest show in the world. The other one being the Idar Oberstein show. And so, I don't know if it's the largest or the second largest, but it is pretty darn big. I will say that. It's a little bit overwhelming. I go every year for about a week. This year I'll be there for 6 days, so I'm really excited about that. And it is the coolest thing if you're into crystals, because you have vendors from all over the world and they bring all different types of crystals and minerals, and it's just so fun because it helps you learn a lot about, the people and where these stones come from, and also just the localities. It helps you really get to know, what an Uruguayan amethyst looks like as compared to a Brazilian amethyst, and how the energy is different. So it's a really good opportunity if you're into crystals to kind of get familiarized with some of those things. This is gonna sound crazy, but there are all these vendors at the Tucson show, and some of them are in the big expo centers, and they have the big fancy sparkly booths, and they're really great. But I found you find some of the best pieces and meet the coolest people at the little tents that are just in the fast food parking lots. So off of I-10 in Tucson, there's a Carl's Jr. hamburger place, okay? And in their parking lot, there's a big white tent, and there's this really nice guy named Kenefu Abdelaziz. And he's always there with his sister Ito. And I love Ito. Ito is like amazing. But they're from Morocco, and they bring like the coolest fossils, ammonites and trilobites, and they have fossilized shark's teeth, and then they have like the primo selection of Moroccan minerals. So they have amazing pink cobalto calcite and bicolor azurite, so like dark blue and light blue mixed together. It's really pretty. Really nice aragonites and these big quartz geodes that you just can't get anywhere else, and they're really affordable. I think I got a huge quartz geode for like 20 bucks, and it's like the whole thing with the little lid and everything. They're the nicest people, and I really like them. If you're looking for something a little bit more fancy, then you can go to some of those, bigger vendors, like Heaven and Earth is usually a really popular one. And they have a new location they were at last year, and they're going to be there again this year. I don't remember what hotel that's in, but Tucson's crazy. If you can imagine an entire city covered in crystals, that's literally what it is. And you can like try and picture it in your head, but until you're really there, it's crazy. I mean, every hotel, the lower floors, they mostly like take the furniture out, and it's just display cases and tables of crystals. And this is every hotel in Tucson, every fast food parking lot, every expo center. Everything is covered with crystals, and so you could go for a whole month, which the show is like a month long, and you would still never see everything there was to see. So it's really, really cool. That's one of my favorite people, is Kenefu Abdelaziz in the Carl's Jr. parking lot. Then the Days Inn is another really fun place to go. It's really big, and you have to park kind of far away, but there's some really cool stuff there. And then there's the Jim Coleman crystal mine. Now there's a couple different Coleman crystal mines. Jim Coleman is great because they have the most beautiful aura quartz you've ever seen. But you have to get there early, otherwise all that's left are like the chipped and broken pieces. So I hope that helps. There's a couple I can think of off the top of my head that are really fun. There's also a place called El Paso Rock Shop, and if you're really nice to those guys when you're checking out, they'll probably want you to take a shot of tequila with them. Not really my thing, but they're a lot of fun. Then there's also a really fun place, kind of a little hippy-dippy place called Wormtown Trading. And it's a bunch of fun hippie guys from Vermont, and they drive down in their vans, and they have, tie-dye stuff and crystals and incense and wall tapestries and all kind of fun stuff like that. So there's something there for everybody. There's also a really cool African art village, and yeah, so I won't go too much more into that because I know you guys are here to learn about the crystals, but those are some of my favorite places in Tucson.